Okay, people, so just back from Love Hurts. This is the brand new film from Jonathan Eusebio. It is written by Matthew Murray, Josh Stoddard, and Luke Passmore. The film is produced by Guy Danella, David Laich, Kelly McCormick, executive produced by Ben Ormond. Dominic Lewis took care of the music. Bridger Nielsen was down with the cinematography. Craig Sandels is production design. Set decoration, we have C. Summer Holmes. Patricia J. Henderson is costume design. Hair and makeup, we've got Kim Wright, Anissa Salazar, Keela Perry, Doug Morrow, Ashley Hyra, Christy Gregg, and Lexi Fabano. What else do we have? Andy Antone, Scott Neeson, Mark Reichel, and Sean Stone as special effects. Right. Let's go with the cast. Okay. So we have got Marvin Gable, played by Huy Quan. His assistant at work is Ashley, played by Leo Tipton. His boss, Cliff Cusack, is played by Sean Astin. Right? But what people don't know, Marvin has a brother. Right? He has a brother, Alvin Gable. Alvin Knuckles Gable, played by Daniel Wu. Right? And Alvin has a lot of henchmen. Right? There's Remy Merlot, played by Cam Gigandet. There is who else is there? There's I guess we got King, played by Marshawn Lynch. Otis, played by Andre Erickson. There's Kippy Betts, played by Reese Darby. All right, we've got who else is there? Eddie, played by Yoko Hamamura. Toby, played by Liam Stewart Canigan. Yeah, they're like, the people, right? We've also got Rose. Rose Carlisle, who they're all after. She's played by Ariana DeBose. All right. And yes, we got Sherry and Chet Reeder, played by Stephanie Sy and Adam Hertig, who are looking to buy a house. Right? So the gist of the story. A realtor is pulled back into life he left behind after his former partner in crime resurfaced with an ominous message. With his crime lord brother also on his trail, he must confront his past and the history he never fully buried. So yes, that is the film, right? And when you have something coming from 87 North, right? I guess everyone they're looking for a John Wick, right? They're looking for a John Wick. They're looking for a nobody, right? Something like that. when you know it's involving, like, fighting and action. Now, we do know when it's 87 North, the fighting is going to be good. And the fighting was for sure good, right? This is the directorial feature debut from Jonathan Eusebio. I think it's also the first film written by Matthew Murray. Like everyone else, they've written one feature, Stoddard and Passmore. But yeah, this is Murray's first feature too. And it looks good, right? The film does look good, right? There's a lot of fun action and all of that kind of stuff. And I think you would not suspect, you would not suspect Huy Quan as being a retired hitman, so that's good. Like, when you get those films and you've got like Schwarzenegger or Stallone, like back in the day, you'd have those films and they're supposedly this retired person and like no one knew. And you'd be like, I mean, come on. I mean, look at them. Like, there's something about them that screams, they've done some grime, right? But yeah, this dude, you wouldn't suspect it. So that aspect of the film works very well. I think a lot of people have been slating this film. I don't think it's a terrible film. I don't think it's a terrible film. I think it's hard to buy a love interest between Marvin and Rose. It is, right? And when you think about it, right? Quan, he is 53, right? And DeBose is 34, And obviously, there are plenty of people that are dating and married, right, to people that are significantly older. But yeah, in this one, it's just, I don't know, the chemistry isn't quite right. It's not quite there. You don't quite believe that aspect of it, right? Don't really believe that. I think also there is a lot of, I think the relationship stuff does get like, the declarations of love, when it's just like, I think, they ain't know each other for that long. You can be like, I feel something, right? I want to explore that, but love, Now, the other one, I think, situation you could see coming, right? You could see exactly where that scenario was going to go. I think it was easier to buy because of the poetry. You know what I mean? But still, love, I don't know about that. That was a weird one. Also, with the whole plot, the story itself is a little bit convoluted. Because at first, it sounds like the money was from one place, and then it's like, wait, where's the money from? The money's from you're just like, wait, who had the money? Where was the money from? Right? It was all a bit like, okay, if that person didn't, so are they fine? Oh, they're not fine because of this. It's just like, you know what I mean? It was just all a bit like, boy, kind of crazy. And then the realtor stuff, that's all fine, right? No real issues with that. But if you're buying a house and there's a shootout, you're not buying that house now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this ain't working now. We ain't gonna be here. You feel me? So there was story aspects of the film that were kind of like, I don't know. But the fighting, you know, the choreography, the cinematography, all of that, I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I enjoyed those aspects of the film. I didn't necessarily need the songs with the fighting, right? Just because, I mean, we've done that shit so many times, right? Done that shit so many times. Do we need to do it again? Because I didn't know really if the songs really fit. You know what I mean? And I know it's about that juxtaposition between, man, this song, it feels like it's this, but what's going on is this. I know there's that. But there's still, like, a lot of the time, it just feels like, oh yeah, that's the perfect song to accompany this thing. I don't know if these were, you know? And yes, the theme is Valentine's Day, which did really, you know, seem like a shoehorned thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's, you know, it's not close to John Wick, right? And it doesn't come as high as Nobody. You know? But again, it's not a terrible film, right? There's been so many films recently, you know, action-wise, that you can look at and have done well, right? But you look at and you're like, oh, really? Right? People are digging that? You know what I mean? But this was, you know, I feel it's a better film, you know? I enjoyed it more than Back in Business. Was it Back in Business? I feel that's what it was called, right? Yeah, it was Back in Business. The Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz film, right? I preferred it more than that. Preferred Love Hurts more than that film, you know? So, but it's all a taste thing, right? That's what these things are. It's all a taste thing. So if you want action, right? You want some light-hearted action, something you don't necessarily have to think too hard about, then maybe you'll dig Love Hurts, right? But don't expect Nobody. You know what I mean? Don't expect Nobody Part 2. Although there is a Nobody Part 2 dropping this year, I believe, right? But yeah, don't be expecting John Wick. Don't be expecting Nobody. But you could find a little bit of action fun with Love Hurts.